Blitzers, it's Ronan. Welcome back to the channel. We have a new player today in our clan, Nate Doggy Dog. He is here at Black Goldville in the T55. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the Raseiniai special. Two unbelievable Tier 9 Raseiniai games. And I love covering these things because it's really like watching magic happen. Some great players have them often. I have them very seldom. And Nate Dog here starts out with this fantastic camo, the new camo from the latest Battle Pass, showing, I don't know exactly what it's supposed to look like, something orange with dots. But first we'll start off by saying that, you know, when you're in this map, going this way is the only way that, in my opinion, is consistently good. Of course, you can have a good game over in the village or whatever the mining town is over there, or the oil town, I guess, is over there. But what really works the best is to actually come over here and you have all kinds of places to hide, to use the gun depression, the hills, etc. And Nate quickly does that. You can quickly see that Nate is followed there by an idiot in a Tiger 2 who doesn't have camo, which doesn't bode well for Nate normally. But when you're doing a Raseiniai, we've talked about this before, there's a couple of things that have to happen. And the first thing is you have to have typically bad teammates, because if you have good teammates, they'll get some kills. So you gotta have bad teammates. You gotta have probably bad-ish enemies, and nice job there, I should note, by Nate clearing that one. Now look at the shot on the OBJ. T55a has got terrific cannon. It's got the best cannon of both worlds, in my opinion, between the T54's options. It's got the velocity of the OBJ 140 cannon, and it's got the dispersion and aim time of the, actually I said that backwards, velocity of the T92a, and then the dispersion and aim time of the OBJ 140 cannon. So it is really fantastic. It's got a little bit of armor than the T54, and Nate does this beautifully, plays it beautifully by not pushing up too much. Watch him work the angles. He sees where his team is. You guys can see them also in the mini map, and he's working this angle and getting this 704 out. The 704 is clearly an idiot. He's not paying any attention to what's going on there with Nate farming him. But Nate gets an opportunistic shot into the K91. And then he's going to scooch over here and work on the 704. Now, I would have assumed the 704 he would turn. I think Nate expected that as well. However, he just sat there. But watch how Nate kind of dips his toe in the pool, realizes this guy's a noob, gets right behind him and gives him one up in the butt. He is now down 4 on 5 here, which is another kind of tail sign of a Raseiniai, is where you really normally are down. It's not a game that you're normally just wiping them out. Those do occasionally happen, but much more likely you're having to carry and carry big. So it's 4 on 4 now. Terrific shot on the T34. Nate is moving into the middle of the map here. He sees the Chimera, and he cannot get that shot off. Chimera got kind of lucky there by using its Chimera, but Nate repositions himself and clears it quite easily. It's 4 on 3 right now. Nate's at 4 kills. Now, he probably wasn't thinking yet that this was going to be a Raseiniai. So he's just sneaking opportunistically and takes a nice shot into the T49, and he's looking at the IS 8 there, I guess. I thought it was an IS 3, and the K91, but he's in a kind of a tricky spot, and luckily he can clear the K91. The T49 is not paying attention, so he's being opportunistic there, and he's going to go clear him. Nice shot into him. He does get hit really hard in the side, but gets a big roll 483 using HE into the T49, rams him for the finish, which is brilliant. Now, he's only got 1 left, and the scary thing in this is when you have 6 and you need just 1, reverses, uses the gun elevation, and clears him. Nate, congratulations. Terrific game. 4,186, 7 kills, 1378 base, obviously a mastery. Look at aspect money is not good in that K91. Terrific game. Congratulations to Nate. These are rare, and they are awesome, and that was a terrific way of making that happen. Our next match is by Lin, from his latest clan. I believe he's a nuke these days. And Lin actually is now playing his 20,000th game and no Raseiniai, no 7-kill game. Lin's an excellent player. We've featured a lot of his content recently on the channel. So you ask yourself, how does that happen? Well, it happens because, again, these are just typically coming from unique situations. So Lin's a dead rail. He is capping C, and he realizes the entire opposing team is over at the A cap. And this is a tricky position because what is going to happen here is, one, you see he's got a T49 with him who's just going to camp up here more than likely and do nothing. You can push into the cap like Lin is going to do. You could also go back into your cap now that you have C cap, which is what I would have probably done, which wouldn't have gotten maybe even the win here. So I think Lin picked correctly, and that was a great shot. You know, the T92 does not have much velocity these days on its AP CR, so that was a nice little bit of a water balloon lob over there in that T34. Lin is still remaining up here. He's being opportunistic and trying to see what kind of shots he can get. He's got the missile loaded. He's going to try to see if he can pull a miracle shot there in that T54 100. I would have HE'd that thing, but nonetheless, that whatever was going on there did not work. Lin is still working the angle. It's really close game at this point. You got a 6-on-6. You can look at the other tankers in the game. They have pretty good hit points. And Lin's team's holding their own. They're mostly down there. The T49 as expected is doing absolutely nothing. And Lin is still trying to get opportunistic. I love shooting 50-100s in the sides with HE, one of my favorite tank to shoot in the entire game. Lin wasn't looking at them, but he pops the T49 right in the head with the APCR, which was a good move, by the way. I would not shoot HE with the T92 too often. The HE has relatively low pen for the size of the cannon after the 18 nerfings or whatever this thing has had. But now he's going toe-to-toe with the T49. He should be able to clear the T49 with APCR. I don't know, I would not use a missile. I don't think you could with a missile, but he does take a big hit there. That luckily did not cost him, but it's close, and he once again clears him, and so now he's got 2 kills, 22 damage, and look, there's a juicy waffle poking out over on the T49. Now, I said I would have gone to their spawn. Lin correctly did not. I like the way Lin used this. He by going to their spawn, there's usually a TD over there that wasn't spotted, and he would have gotten clocked by that waffle. That missile shot was a good idea. Unfortunately, no luck there. And you know, if you're in this position here, think about what you would do. Not a lot to do here, but reverse out and try to HE this waffle. He hits him beautifully there, takes out the waffle, and now we are. It's still a 5-on-4, so it's a very manageable game. They have the only cap in the game, 598 to 270, 600 to 270, so a good point lead. There's really no reason to push here, and I'm glad Lin, for his sake, didn't, because they would have potentially ended up. I mean, the T92 does not have the armor it used to have pre the 18 nerfings. He quickly shoots the KPF PZ70, although I think he may have been aiming for that E75. And again, it's still 5-on-4, but Tim, what you're realizing, Lin's teammates are just not doing anything. They're not pushing. They're not really making significant headway. That 5100 should have been dead a long time ago. He's still alive. Lin finally gets a shot into him and clears him with APCR. So now, believe it or not, it's a 5-on-3. So all should be good. Lin, go in there, YOLO in, kill the E75, ram the the KPF PZ and call this a day. Unfortunately, it's not the way things go in Blitz these days. Lin does use a missile there, which unfortunately does not pen the roof, which I thought it really should have penned. He's really trying to cap B to get the points. He wants this win. And he's capped C as well. So, you know, you've got a lot of XP riding on this game. But there goes the SU-130 PM cleared by, or the Conway cleared by the SU-130 PM, who is, and you notice that SU-130 is all the way in the back. He has not been spotted. The camo on those things are utterly ridiculously good. Don't like those tanks. I like shooting them, but I don't like anything else about him. And believe it or not, it's managed to be now a 2 versus 2 with a KPF P70 against Lin. It gives him a huge 550 shots there. So Lin's down to 645 hit points, and people are correctly telling him, and everyone else has died. I don't even know how. So, you know, he's 1 against 2. He's killed 5 tanks, but he's got 814 versus 330. This is a true pickle here. I think many players would probably rush in and die and lose the game, which would be throwing away a mastery. I'm sure Lin had a mastery. He's already got 4,500 damage here and 5 kills. I bet he's got a mastery. Or what could he do here? But Lin is so smart. He hides behind that bush, pops the KPF PZ70, and he pretty much secures the win there, because there's no way the SU-130 could actually do anything. And look at the count. He is waiting to make sure the win is there. 982, 986. But that sneaky SU-130 almost got him there, although he wouldn't have cleared Lin anyway. Lin goes down. They're already for the count. What a shot, because he didn't hit that. He would have had a terrific win, but no Raseiniai. Congratulations, Lin. You are the winner of a Raseiniai after 20,000 games. Look at this. 5,000 damage, 7 kills. Utterly ridiculous. Dominating the other team like I've rarely seen done. Really well played here, Lin, and it's terrific to get your first Raseiniai under your belt. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel.